My name's Robert Anderson Shanks. I was born in September 3rd, 1930. And I was born in the community in Buffalo Valley, Tennessee.
Mr. Robert Shanks was the middle child of 5 born to Walter Robinson and Eula Warren Shanks. Besides the farm, his father ran an old-fashioned country store in Buffalo Valley, and Robert remembers well the chores he had, but also the carefree lifestyle that went along with the times.
I often tell people that me and my youngest brother now, Reginald, we were sort of Huckleberry Finn type of kids. We just raised in a country store on the farm, on a big creek, and Mother and Dad didn't seem to mind what we did, and we just sort of done what we wanted to.
Mr. Shanks attended a one-room school near the farm for his first 8 years and then went to Baxter Seminary School and graduated in 1948. Soon afterward, he would volunteer and was enlisted into the Navy in January of 1949. And along with inactive duty, he would serve until he was discharged in 1955. But it was a few years earlier when he met the love of his life, the former Doris Lee Gillen of White County.
I had a cousin lived on up the creek and went to Tennessee Tech. And she had a roommate, and she kept wanting me to meet her roommate. So finally I did. And that was in, I guess, 1950. And it's sort of a blind date, I guess, but it started out to be. And so we got married in March 1952.
Mr. Shanks would work 1 year in Detroit before moving back to the farm for good in 1954. And Mrs. Shanks started teaching 3rd grade at Baxter Elementary and retired 42 years later. They had 2 daughters they raised on the farm who also became teachers, and they now have 3 grandchildren. Mr. Shanks' farm continued to grow, where he raised hogs and cattle and several acres of tobacco. And he has remained an active leader in several community and state organizations. He served as chairman for almost 10 years on the ASCS committee. He's been active on the Putnam County Livestock Association for over 50 years, serving as chairman for many years on the feeder calf and feeder pig sales. And he served on the county's election commission for 32 years. And in 1958, they joined the Baxter Church of Christ, where he continues today as an active leader.
I like to be freely in the church. I like to meet people in the church. I hope I've influenced people to come to church on account of being friendly. I meet people every Sunday, try to see all strangers and most people in the church.
Mr. Shanks has served in many leadership roles over the years with his church and currently serving as an elder. And for just as many years, he's continued to display his leadership abilities in Farm Bureau. And that began with an insurance policy.
Well, I didn't know a lot about Farm Bureau until 1958. And I'd already moved here, and Mr. Clarence Bartlett was a CD, and he's a good friend for them. And he was trying to sell me insurance. And I ended up buying a $50,000 policy, whole life policy for him. And I enjoy being with other farm leaders in the county. And I guess most thing I appreciate at Farm Bureau is its farm policies. And I think it's more important now than it was.
And Mr. Robert Shanks has devoted much of his life to helping further the Farm Bureau movement. He served on numerous committees over the years, both at the local and state levels, and he served on the Putnam County Board of Directors for over 40 years. And because of his commitment to improving agriculture and rural life, he receives Farm Bureau's Distinguished Service Award.
I sort of feel honored. I couldn't figure out how in the world I got it. I never dreamed about it. There's a lot more people in this district does better than I do in Farm Bureau.